For a very long time now, this stranded screen has been part of what could be considered a wasteland if it wasn't for its lack of waste. Here remains a pretty desolate place. It's easy for oneself to arrive here, but bringing someone along is almost impossible. That's what makes this place special for many. Oddly enough, these lands turned out to be a fitting home for treasures of all kinds. Whether they can be seen or not depends on how deep they are beneath the ice. Cracking the ground and digging is what it takes before even suspecting of an opportunity to reunite with an artifact longing to be remembered. Perhaps even a new discovery awaits, an unclaimed prize for the most dedicated scavenger. However, some of even the most apparent treasures are often left behind. It isn't a long trip to reach this place, but it's still advised to not take it too often. Despite its uncomplicated path, it's trivial to turn it into an everlasting holiday. Wouldn't be the first time that happens. There's the constant pressure of leaving while there's still sunlight. This isn't something everyone has, of course. For some, it's somewhere they find solace in, even by just contemplating the scenery. Nevertheless, the hope of one day finding a relic to call your own is what makes some persevere and thus stay. This isn't the only place where treasures reside. Throughout time, I have become aware of other treasure troves on different lands. I spotted my treasure by a hint of plastic coming from the screen peeking from the beach soil. With some digging, I pulled a finding of my own. Despite having some bumps along the way, the goal of being able to see my treasure come back to life was too compelling. Once repaired, I had a boost of motivation to hone some sort of digital craft with my treasure, spending a lot of time with it. After spending a great amount and quality of time inside the boundaries of this digital emitter, I started to feel like my mind was wired into it, just like the rest of its synthetic components. My strong desire to create was equivalent to the bitter frustration of only being able to create within the boundaries of this medium. I also feared that I was getting myself into a slippery slope some people had succumbed to. The realization didn't really come off as a surprise. The idea of eventually becoming unable to exit still threw anxiety at me, though. The best solution I could come up with for preventing myself from sticking around for too long was leaving the screen on top of one of the mountains. Seems like even then, nobody deemed it worth snatching. I still like creating, and if people have managed to utilize their treasures without worrying about the constraints within them, why can't I do the same? It doesn't have to be this way. I am fortunate enough to be able to choose on how I channel my creative energy towards myself, and from now on, towards others.